Grandmain did the black roses mean death. Grandmain, look that up. SG, hit that like button. We appreciate you, SG. I'm gonna read a few more when we get back. DV, cool solo. The black mean powerful, unique, and life. That's going to the black roses solo. Colors are culturally subjective. I agree with that. I can't pronounce that name. Also, brother, you are not ugly. That's we use it as a slang word, sister. You look like a brown skinned sister. I see you in there. That's I can't pronounce that name though, baby girl. Grandmain 21. I told y'all don't call me tall. Read three more. Don't call me tall, man. It's the ultimate evil. I kind of agree with you that you cooking. The devil isn't out here doing this stuff to children. It is social, but you describing the devil. Don't call me tall. You said man is the ultimate evil, which means we're demons in person. What the hell you think humans and demons? Scientists, the word human is not even in the Bible. So that shows us that scientists, social scientists came up with the word humans. And it's no coincidence that humans and demons have two syllables. Humans are demons on earth to reverse the curse. We all cursed with sin, right? Adam and Eve kind of put us in that predicament. So you making my point, don't call me tall. Let's move on, Jamie. Let me see. Yeah, that's enough for right now. Yeah, we have to be taught how to be good. Don't call me tall. Everybody, as we born, you put two toddlers in the room. One toddler is crawling over to take the toy from the other toddler. And then what do parents do? We have to teach them, no, pop, you don't do that. We have to be taught how to be good. We're born evil, unfortunately. Carry on, y'all. Everything is so easy for YNs and YGs to get on demon time. It's right. It ain't nothing spooky. I don't even like spooky shit. I like to say shit that stack up with facts and you can use it in everyday life. So Satan is a Hebrew word for adversary. Moving on, y'all. Devil is lived spelled backwards. There it is. A DB. Good one, DB. Damn, DB. That's the first one. DB say devil is that what I just said, DB, reverse the curse. Thank you, brother. That's a great line to kind of stamp that. Devil is lived spelled backwards. Right. We're here to reverse the curse. We're all cursed by sin. Ain't nobody gonna make it out alive. What are you gonna do with your lifetime here? It's gonna determine your afterlife. Whether you believe it, it's all about belief. Belief is the key. If you don't believe, your ass might just go back to blackness. If you believe, expect to see something when your eyes close and you take your last breath. Go ahead, y'all.
I am interested in what Trump is going to do in retaliation. Because it's kind of like Jamie said, it is like a battle. It's what they call, like to say, white conservatives versus the Middle Eastern people in the world.
You got a female gangster from Southside Queens, 40 Projects. You got a dude gangster from Southside Queens, and you got the president of the United States teamed up. I'm gonna leave it there.
I mean, what they gonna do? Because I mean, ultimately, if all his blackmail is out, right? We know all the nasty, everybody is done. We know everything and everybody. What they've done with the Epstein stuff. Now you have no more power. What you gonna do?
Right. Although those folks in the South, the rednecks, they don't really care for us. They do have. Damn, how do I say this? Mm-hmm. They call the South the Bible Belt for a reason, and they're not just talking about black people. All of us got experiences in the South, right? So it's called the Bible Belt for a reason, which means those redneck white people in the South are the most religious, spiritual citizens in the United States, or they wouldn't call it the Bible Belt. So now that this stuff is out and they got what they asked for, it's going to be interesting to see how they react.
Well, I think they're going to be just as evil and demonic as they've shown themselves to be.
But they've only been that way towards us because they thought we was just sub-Saharan, subhuman Africans. Solo. They didn't know, no, you're doing that to God's chosen nation due to our disobedience. This is the dilemma the rednecks have in the South. Like, damn, so you mean to tell me, I'm speaking like a redneck right now. We're Christians. And we've been treating God's people like this whole time, Billy. Yeah, Billy, I've been hanging God's people and all this shit. But, If they need an out, the out is God's people kind of brought that on themselves due to disobedience. Now, did they go too far? We all can answer that question individually. But it doesn't, Solo, my point is it doesn't take away from their region being called the Bible Belt. That's done for a reason. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is they are arguably, with the exception of us, Solo, they're arguably the most moral white people in the United States, with the exception of how they treat us.
Who are you talking about?
The rednecks in the South.
Oh, okay.
That's why they call the whole South the Bible Belt. It's predominantly populated by people with Scottish and Irish heritage outside of our community, outside of the Black community. The South is predominantly populated with people of Irish and Scottish heritage, just like Trump. Trump's mom is Scottish. His dad is Scottish and migrated to Germany. He's one of those people that we're talking about. We could move on from this. I just wanted to say it's going to be interesting to see how they react now that, because both of them have served each other's purpose. The MAGA mob served their purpose for Trump, and Trump served his purpose for the MAGA mob. So now that all the info is out, and Jamie, like you say, it's not that we should even care to keep up with this shit, but it is interesting to kind of know what's going on in the world and what type of chess moves different people are making. That's it, y'all. Let's see, just take.
So what do you think? You think they're going to accept us as God's chosen people?
That's their dilemma. I don't think so. To give you a straight answer, I think it's going to drive them in a deeper depression. And the ones, look, it's right there in the book. Revelations 2:9, Revelations 3:9. People who say they are Jews and are not, but are of. This is what Candace get credit for, bang. But Candace got protection, and you see how they coming at her. So she then went into the Synagogue of Satan scripture already. People who say they are Jews, but are not. Now let's go back to the Epstein files. Is that not the Synagogue of Satan operating like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's move on.
But I think it goes, Candace go deeper than that. And she talks about the actual God that they're serving. And the sacrifices that they're making.
I'm listening.
Now, can't remember the God's name. She just talked about it last night on her podcast about the God that these people are serving, and they're making sacrifices, and that's why because she's a conservative. So when they make laws against what the Bible says is law, she thinks that the reason why they're changing these laws and making all these things, all this stuff that's against the Bible, making it legal, is because they need other people to make what they call sacrifices to their gods, and they're making sacrifices to their gods because that's the God that they praise, just like the God of Israel is the God that we praise, right?
That's right.
So she's saying that these demonic characteristics or behavior that they have is because they don't worship the God of Israel, the God that she's talking about. They have a different God that they worship and they make sacrifices to. Like she says that one of the allegations that she makes is that when they get to age 36 in their culture, then they expose them to that behavior that they be doing, all that, you know what I'm saying? And then she's saying that when they get to 36, they can now be introduced to it. And then their belief, based on what their God is, that you have to go to the sort of the pits of hell, and like behave like a Satanist, you have to do some of the most gross atrocities in order to reach to a higher level of forgiveness or spiritual power or something like that.
So
that's their belief. That's what she's claiming their belief is.
So she's saying that about the Synagogue of Satan people?
Yes. Because she's saying that they have a different God. Like, for example, like Sigmund Freud. You know him from, he's like modern day psychiatry.
Psychology.
Yeah, psychology in the United States. Like, books. He write books. He's praised, but in his literature, he talks about raping children.
I've heard about that. From Candace, keep going.
So,
Damn.
and this is the person, and of course, he's one of them. And this is just what's all in their history, is the people that they praise participating in this type of behavior. And that's because they do that because they are making certain sacrifices. This is what they believe in. Just like, we believe in going on church on Sunday. They think that this is something that they have to do. And so what they want is the entire world
That's
to
right.
be sort of doing
I'm
what it
familiar
is that
with
they're
that.
doing now, because it's normal. Because they want it to be considered normal, because
Right.
that's the God that they want to take over.
Well said.
That's insane. So I
It
don't
is.
know.
And it makes sense to me. Because they're definitely not serving the God of Israel.
No.
Right.
No.
I honor the Sabbath every Saturday, and I open up the Torah, I read through it. I was just studying. You don't see the stuff you just described in there. So where are they getting it from? You know what
A
I'm saying?
different
So it's a good
God.
point. Yeah. Jamie, everybody quiet. I'm gonna go to the comment section if we ain't got nothing to say. That damn DV said, "Devil is lived backwards." That shit just popped up in my thoughts out of nowhere. All right, let's see. No, that was deep, Solo. Thanks for sharing that. So we know where we are in this world now, and we have to move accordingly, y'all. Weekend box, Grandman in town is DV to a boxing match. Grandman 21, I'm over you. The head, especially with the way I think DV and Grandman. Oh shit, this was banging in the comment section. All right, we trying to keep the vibrations up, y'all. Let me see. All right, you joke. Boom. Them boys think got a whole other segment. You got to be friendships on YouTube. You're okay. Damn, I'm trying to get past all these beefing. They talking about let's meet up. Nah, fam, y'all ain't got to go that far. People forget that the Virgin Mary was 13 also.
That
Damn,
was crazy.
DT think he is Joseph. Oh Lord. Hey, DV. I hear you, DV. People forget that the Virgin Mary was 13 also. All right.